bring positive and nice energy to the rest of the people. Personally, I feel so fortunate because I give all these nice memories and all these nice experiences to the people, to all the travelers. And all these years that I travel and all these years that I see people, when they see me, it's just that my name, Elena Tanou, it's a brand of traveling.
Hi, I'm very excited to be here for this podcast today. I'll introduce myself first. I'm Dr. Katerina Antoniou, and I'm an assistant professor in tourism and international relations here at UCLan Cyprus. And I'm very happy to welcome you, Ms. Tanou, here as a leader of the tourism industry. So we can have a conversation about the tourism industry, hospitality trends, and anything else that would be important for our listeners to get to know. But I want to let you introduce yourself and please share with us all the key aspects of your amazing career.
Thank you so much, Katerina. I'm delighted to be back in the UCLan University. I'm acquainted with the university for many years now, since its existence. And I work with different professors here regarding businesses, regarding tourism, and most recently for the Larnaca 2030 Cultural Capital of Europe. So it feels like being at home. Thank you very much for this lovely invitation to be here and to be able to discuss the trends of and the challenges for tourism in 2025. A little bit about my background. I've studied travel and tourism management back in 1980 to 83 in Switzerland. Then I worked in UK for 6 years, and that was the biggest university, I would say, because the British knew very well how to travel in those days. And they were even discussing about experiential tourism in those days. So coming back to Cyprus in 1989, I opened my own travel agency called Elena Travel. And then I just focused on faraway destinations because it was something that nobody was touching it. And that was the niche at the time, because there were about 480 travel agencies that they were doing mostly incoming at that time. So I thought this is something that is missing from the market. Therefore, I concentrated and I became really successful with this niche market. And that's when I invented the incentive groups for people that they had really interest in certain destinations, but addressing their hobbies, addressing their interests, addressing their jobs. Then in 2000, it was the boom of the Cyprus Stock Exchange, where I was asked to join forces with a bigger entity, that's Kinisis, where I became the vice president. And now for 24 years, I'm the vice president of Kinisis Travel. We are the biggest tour operator company on the island with offices all over Cyprus and in Greece. And then again, we are a public company listed in the Cyprus Stock Exchange, where we do everything, incoming, outgoing. We have a cruise center, we have corporate accounts. We deal with anything that entails travel and tourism. So I felt that I was really happy with what I'm doing for the last 41 years being in the travel industry. So for many years now, more than 20, I felt that I should serve the society as well. So I'm involved in 12 different boards of directors, where either I'm the president, I'm the vice president, I'm just a member. So I'm really honored to really care for my country, for the world, and Europe. So the issues that I'm addressing through these boards that I serve is mainly tourism, youth, and entrepreneurship. So in a nutshell, that's what who I am.
Thank you for sharing that. And I think it's inspiring and exciting for young professionals and students in particular to hear how a successful career can evolve through drive and passion for what someone is doing. So I think you are the right person to tell us, based on your experience in the industry, what do you think are the biggest challenges of the industry today?
There are many, but let's concentrate at this moment to the two most important ones. Climate change is something that is really concerns us all very much, and you can see big examples every day now, whether it's the tsunami in Japan, whether it's the earthquake in Morocco, or where there are the fires in Portugal. And we have first-hand experience in Kinisis, because for all these three examples that I mentioned, we had groups, and these groups were traveling probably a week or 10 days before these incidents. So we had to cancel everything. And then again, you have all the consequences where there are the flights, and you have to have cancellation fees, the hotels, all the services that you have booked in advance, as well as, really disappointing the travelers. So it's a great loss for businesses. It's a lot of disappointment for the traveler. And then again, all the effort and all the hard work that you have really put into this designing of these holidays, of these package tours, it goes to waste. So today, it's something that you cannot forecast. So even the insurance companies cannot really help businesses at this moment. It's something that we discussed extensively the last October in Budapest, when it was the Small and Medium Enterprises Forum under the presidency of the EU. And we discussed it extensively, how these companies can be really furnished with some tools and some protection in order not to lose as much money as it happens in our days. So that's a very, very big challenge. Then we have the political issues. And we really feel that in our area, we've been very, very lucky that although we are really in the middle of all these wars around us, the fact that we are really strong and we haven't lost the capacity of the incoming tourism, it's really a miracle. But it's something of concern. It's something that you cannot predict. It happens so suddenly. And no matter how proactive you can be, it's difficult to avoid these issues. And here I have to praise the former Deputy Minister of Tourism, Mr. Perdios, who really addressed the matter when the Ukraine war happened. He addressed the issue immediately. So we didn't lose the whole of the almost 1 million Russians that they were coming to Cyprus, and we replaced them with Polish, with Scandinavians, with Austrians, with Swiss, Germans, etc. So countries, they have to be extremely careful when they go into marketing, where they spend their money. Companies have to be extremely careful where they invest, let's say, regarding promoting a destination. And when I talk about the countries, it's important because a lot of countries today, the cornerstone of their economy is tourism. So they have to be really careful. A third issue, I would say, is over-tourism. That's very, very crucial. We see it everywhere in popular destinations. We saw what happened in Malaga, in the Canaries, in Venice, when they say to the tourist, go home.
Right.
That's
the
really...
irritation stage.
Yes, absolutely. And I think it's an issue that we should, as experts, address. And I do it. Personally, I do it when I design a destination, even in Kinisis, when we decide where we'll go in the summer, we try to find destinations that they are less popular in the peak season in order to avoid these issues, because the experience while you're there is not the same. And sometimes it's weather conditions, sometimes it's queues in line to enter to a highlight. The issue of expensive destinations. If you go to Venice in the summer, the prices are 3 times more. So why to go then rather than a less popular time of the year? So these, I would say, are the 3 most important challenges. And then I go to the 4th one, which is technology. And that addresses both countries and companies. The technology in tourism, it's a big tool. It's an enabler to advance. You need to invest huge amounts of money that really change a lot, and you have to really invest all the time. And this is what we do in Top Kinisis as well. So I would say 3 very, very important, that they are beyond our control, but then a 4th one that we can really invest and be concerned and use it accordingly.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for that. Through the challenges you mentioned, we see that the industry is not an easy task to navigate. It's an industry that requires resilience, it requires quick thinking, and a lot of times you have to entirely change your plans, your strategies, your business plan even. And there are certain constraints when it comes to destination capacity. So what would you say, just to balance this, not scare future professionals, what would you say are the benefits of working in the industry?
Okay, very correctly, you mentioned resilience. It's a word that you have to have always in mind. Because whatever the strategy you will form, it has to change not just within a year or within a few months, but probably sometimes is within a month or within a week or within days. You need to be alert all the time. You need to be on your toes to see what's happening all over the world, especially if you are, let's say, in the industry and you address the world like what we do in Top Kinisis. And that's incoming, outgoing departments. That's what we monitor all the time. But the benefits are many. That's why no matter how big the effort is, the benefits are huge. And I will start by saying that tourism gives you a huge opportunity to be creative. You can design anything according to your knowledge, according to your drive, according to your niche, according to your interests, according to your what you envisage to be in the world. So that's one thing. You can design holidays, you can design hospitality, you can organize, events like conferences, discussions, anything. It addresses everything. Then you can be a citizen of the world. That's another big, issue. And personally, I feel that to the core of myself. The 2023, I did 55 trips all over the world. Last year, 2024, it was another record year, 63 trips. I don't know what 2025 will be. And probably I start with a few, but then, all these opportunities through my work, they bring me more and more trips. And then, again, I feel to my core a citizen of the world. And that brings you to another thing. Then you're open-minded. Then you accept different cultures. You learn a lot. You're knowledgeable. You address, again, subjects you're interested more. whether it's economy, whether it's climate change, whether it's civilizations, history, art, anything.
So you don't just get to know different cultures, but you also share ideas about these global issues with people from different parts of the world. So.
And then, something that it's trendy and we need to mention it is that in 2025, this year, until 2030, we know from statistics that 300 million more tourists will be traveling in Europe. This is very accurate. So what brings me to say is that that means jobs, available jobs in the travel industry. So that's a message to your students that, yes, if you love the subject, if you're really fond of being in the hospitality industry, because that means you need to connect with people. You need to really put an effort and connect and enjoy being with the people, enjoying the networking. Then this is the right job to be. And definitely high-end jobs can really be in the field for the years to come. And we're talking only about 5 years horizon.
Yeah, so this is definitely an industry that is here to stay. It's a resilient industry, and it's an industry that we see keeps growing despite the biggest shocks that it has recently received, including the COVID era. So what do you think has changed after COVID? What does the post-COVID era look for the travel industry?
Okay, it had two aspects, the good one and the bad one in one way. Of course, it was tragic when we had to stop. Who could imagine that airports would be closed or no air flights will be happening? So that was a bad thing because many businesses, especially, it was really awkward and also dramatic for the countries that they were relying on the tourist industry. That was the bad aspect. The good aspect is that after COVID, I think the priority of every single citizen on this planet changed to be traveling. And whether it's for work or for pleasure, then we see this demand that is exceeding. And it says a lot that most of the countries that they were closed in 2022 almost, then we came to 2024 and they are exceeding the numbers that they have before COVID. The key word, I think, if we would mention it here, it would be pleasure after COVID. So the business and the leisure is combined into pleasure. And we see a lot of youngsters especially, and not only, and middle-aged people that they will, whether it's for nomads, that they will go and work from a nice destination and then at the same time enjoy
and conduct
the
a remote
weather.
work.
Mm-hmm. Or even middle-aged people that they had their really big businesses that now with this new technology that brought us into the online meetings and all this home work, working from home, helped a lot of people to live in a nice destination and then work from wherever.
And be more mobile.
Absolutely. The second aspect, I think, that addressed the COVID era and after, it's the slow tourism. The slower pace when they travel, they seek for more authentic experiences. They don't care to go just for 7 days or 14 days to just see 10 different highlights in any destination, but they want to experience, and they want to experience the social life with locals. They want to learn about the wineries. They want to experience home cooking with locals. They want to really address the issue of inclusivity, who is there and how we can go and do pottery with the locals, with people with less income. So I think the human connection is more vivid in after COVID era, and I think most important is peace and serenity. It's a key item in the travels of every single person after COVID. Then we have, of course, the youngsters that they want to do more trips, more city holidays, where they will go for 4 days, and then, do more and more trips. There was a survey even for the Cypriots, which is very, very important, that the average Cypriot, middle class and up, they travel 5 times a year, which is a huge amount for a small Cyprus.
Yeah.
Of course, we are an island, so as islanders, we feel that we are secluded, so we need to go out. But we know from personal experience, because we organize these tours in Top Kinisis, that they will go definitely to a faraway destination, whether it's Japan, India, Latin America, or Alaska. And then definitely they will do 1 or 2 to Europe, and then Athens for sure, or Thessaloniki, and London. I mean, there are these destinations that they are
timeless choices.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, I really liked your comment on leisure because it really shows a shift in how we see travel. It's not just reserved for leisure time, which is a separate time within the year. It's actually part of our everyday lives. And the fact that we can combine business and leisure during traveling, it means that it can be travel can be a component of our work, our professional development, and so does leisure. If you enjoy what you're doing, it doesn't mean that you have to finish your 9 to 5 and then get days off in order to be able to be mobile or move away from your permanent residence, let's say.
It's definitely correct, because you can imagine how big the networking can be done when you are to this destination and you have also people doing exactly the same thing that you're doing. So you can connect easier and without, let's say, hidden agendas, like sometimes it's happening. I mean, when you...
in more formal events.
Absolutely. And then... the open horizons, because all these destinations that you're visiting, and if you're a curious person, probably it will open really new horizons for new businesses, for new aspects, for new research issues. If you are eager and open to accept this while you're traveling. And I can tell that from firsthand because I'm doing it. When I travel, I'm curious to see what is nice in this city, what is different in this country, how their leaders are approaching, let's say, the issue of environment. And when I see good examples, then I try to really apply them here in Cyprus or within my business or within my company or even in my house. So I think it's a great thing to combine the two, and this is psychologically more supportive in any way.
Yeah, it seems that business relationships that are formed this way are more organic, so they can be more sustainable. And then best practices in different professional sectors can really be adopted in different settings. So it really sounds promising because we have been treating business tourism as something entirely separate from leisure, where this is not necessarily the case. We can see more hybrid forms of tourism and travel today. So as the industry is shifting and the trends are shifting, what do you think as a key leader in the industry would be the skills that you would be looking for in a young professional?
Okay. I think it has always been for me number one, the word ethos. And that goes for every field, for every... if any young person, any human being has ethos, and really, down to the deep roots of his herself, then will succeed in anything will do. Apart from that, if we will go to more specifics, I think there are a few elements that we need in the travel industry. First of all, you need to be a person that you like to communicate with others. You have to be pleasant, you have to be joyful, you have to be positive, you have to be to smile. That's not a skill, but it's the character, it's the personality. But then regarding skills, I think today we need people that they speak lots of languages. It's important because you connect well, much easier. You communicate better. You need to be adaptable because that will bring you to probably work in many environments, to many countries, different cultures, different structures, and then easily you can keep on going and be successful and instrumental in whatever you're going to, whichever company, whichever entity you are working for. You have to be a tech avid these days. It's important.
So that would be another language, probably.
Absolutely.
The language of
one
technology.
Of the languages, yes, because we see so many fields in the industry that unless you are really tech maniac, you cannot really follow the market or the trends of different countries because they're so fast and so effective. Okay, then we need to say that you have to always put an effort, big effort, because you being with other human beings, you need to be diplomatic, you need to be to narrate whatever you have to say clearly and be convincing, being reliable, being honest. It's very, very essential in this field because a lot of things that they're beyond your control, you need to convey the message to the client, and usually it's not an easy task. The minute that somebody is in the airport and is missing her flight, you need to be really, the way to comfort him, her at the same time as find the solution. So
empathy
should be number one as well. And then being also practical and very looking into finding solutions, problem solver. If you can be that, yes, you're in the right field because you're connecting a lot of entities together. A tour operator or even a hotelier has to speak with the airlines, has to speak with the museums, has to speak with a guide, has to speak with a restaurant. So 1 million entities that connects all of us in the tourism industry.
So you become the network, the
Absolutely.
Connecting link, the facilitator, let's say, for someone's unique experience.
Yeah. But then again, this field is very pleasant because who doesn't speak about traveling? Wherever you go, it's so easy to open a discussion with anybody. And when I travel, or even in Cyprus, I go to a cocktail party. And the minute I say, I just came from India, immediately you connect with something nice. How is the country? What was the experience? So it's an easy conversation to start, and then you can tell anything you like about the business or about what you're going to seek from each and every person. So I think the benefits are huge. You need to have skills, many skills, but I think most importantly is honesty and ethos.
Yes. But also from what I got while you were responding is that it's important to be passionate about what you're doing, because that really comes out. And when you mentioned that when you are excited to speak about a recent travel to someone, then that passion really
conveys the message.
Yeah.
Yes. And I think I'm a living example. I'm doing this job for 41 years, and I'm as excited and passionate as I was from the very first day, and even more, because now I have the experience as well. Whether I went to South Africa 31 times, or to Japan 15 times, or to India 22 times, I go with the same passion. I lead some groups that they're high-end and they're really, really demanding. And I do it with a lot of passion and a lot of eagerness to show them the best, to explain details that they are really addressing themselves and they're interested. So if they are historians and teachers and university teachers, and they're more eager to learn about the culture, I will address that mostly. But if they are insurance brokers and they want fun and entertainment, I will address their interest. Or even if they're lawyers or business people and they have other interests, yes, I will go into do the extra mile to really connect them with that entity that they're interested. So whatever you do, passion is important. But I think with traveling, every single person that I know, at least, they all love traveling. Rarely you hear somebody to say, no, I prefer to stay in Cyprus, and this is definitely a beautiful place to live. But you need to go outside, and you need to really live other cultures and experience new trends and new things that probably a small island cannot provide them.
So you're describing a successful and memorable tourist experience by saying that you attend to the visitors' interests. And these can vary across different visitors, even within the same audience, even during the same travel experience. And this is something that we discuss with students a lot, try to understand how there's different personalities that affect preferences for travel. There's different motivations. There's different ways that the individual connects to a destination that they're visiting. And this is really a skill that comes from discussing and understanding some of the theory behind tourism and hospitality, in addition to practice, of course. But I wanted to address this misconception that there may be out there in the hospitality industry, that sometimes just practical experience from the field is enough, and the theory or the studying behind it is not necessary. What would you say about that? What do you think is an advantage of having a graduate from the field come in by knowing these theories, these best practices already?
Okay, I will reply just with 2 words, but then I will explain why. Knowledge, it's power. That's for sure. So, going into any title, into any academic certification, it's essential, not just in our days, it has always been. And we can see that people that have the necessary papers, as well then the skills and the practice and whatever
that come with
they have
paper.
a way forward. Because sometimes there are people with the amazing skills and practices, but they cannot go further because they lack these academic papers. So I would say that definitely a university degree will assist hugely to address bigger positions, higher positions. And I can give you an example from myself. If I didn't have, let's say, the university degree, probably I wouldn't be able to participate in all these boards that I am, that they require these qualifications. That these positions in these boards, they furnish me with a lot of knowledge, extra tips, extra, I wouldn't say secrets, but I learn more things at the time that they are designed, and these items, they help a lot my decisions in my company.
And gives you an advantage.
Absolutely.
In practice.
Absolutely. Then I will give another example. Kinisis is organizing conferences and events at a very high level. International, worldwide conferences, educational, university conferences, medical conferences. For example, we had the Plastic Surgeons American Conference in Greece last autumn. I mean, you need to be there with knowledge. You need to discuss with them, to convince them, to make sure that you speak with the right language, to convince them that you know the job, for them to feel safe to come and do this conference with you. So you need this, I would say, information, this knowledge, to be able to convince your future clients, your future collaborators, because it's at what level you want to work with. Big conference like we had the women in shipping. Okay, they were again from all over the world. Okay, you had different mentalities. The German women in shipping, they had a different approach than anyone else. The Japanese, so you need to have this knowledge to be able to exceed the expectations of the people you will work with. So I think education and university degrees, and especially from good universities, really are enablers for success.
Great. And when we say that, what do you think UCLan Cyprus could do to improve the market further? Or what would the optimal connections be between a university such as UCLan Cyprus that offers degrees in hospitality and tourism management and the practitioners in the industry?
I think the biggest probably challenge is to speak with the industry. So the academia, UCLan University, speaking with the industry, with whether there is a hotel association, the travel agents association, the individuals, the hoteliers, or the travel agencies, what we're doing now. That's very, very important. And if you connect the two, then us in the industry can really convey to you the message, what we need from your graduates today. And these graduates can really also advance if they will come, and we offer placements in the summer, in high season, for them to experience firsthand how a travel agency works, how a hotel works. And that's, I think, a big supplement and a big, it works complementary for both you to know what the industry needs and us to convey to you what to teach your students. And I think I need to convey us coming from the industry is that you need to really educate the students to have critical thinking, not wait for the others to take the decision, but they can really come forward, let's say, work on their character of how they can be forthcoming and be problem solvers, how they can have this critical thinking, and how to convert with these new trends in the travel industry that's happening so quickly, and you as the academia already know them, what's going on, and then you can convey to the students much easier in a more, let's say, practical way as well. I think connecting the two of us, it's ideal.
Right, because we're bridging the gap between theory and practice, and then we're able to communicate what's happening around the world, but also what are the dynamics on the ground here. And I think that this is a very good message for students to be problem solvers, to be change makers. They don't have to wait for someone else to change the dynamics or the challenges that they can see ahead. Is there anything else that you think is a message we should be giving to young students today, the aspiring professionals in the industry that we haven't covered so far?
A couple of things, I think. Just again from the statistics, we know that it was spent in the travel industry in Europe, just in 2024, 800 billion euros. Okay, so that's really an endorsement of what we discussed before, that there are the numbers that we are expecting to increase, and also that brings us to bigger and better and highly paid jobs. So I think the message to the students would be, yes, go and really enjoy studying whatever is in the hospitality entity. Do it with passion. Do it sincerely, because it's a beautiful and pleasant and joyful subject, especially if you like to be with people, if you like to travel yourself, if you also like to really bring positive and nice energy to the rest of the people. Personally, I feel so fortunate because I give all these nice memories and all these nice experiences to the people, to all the travelers. And all these years that I travel and all these years that I see people, when they see me, it's just that my name, Elena Tanou, it's a brand of traveling. So even during COVID, they were calling me to tell me, Elena, you connect us with so many beautiful memories now. So we're really, we feel grateful to you because you really convince us to do rafting in Alaska. You convince us to do the hot air balloon in Luxor. So all these things, yes, I mean, there are endless opportunities for the youngsters. But as a comment, I would say that as in the tourist industry, we should really be very, very careful because today things changed. The tourist buys experiences. And then all the rest, whether it's the airline, travel agency, the hotel, the restaurant, they're enablers to give them the best experiences, this dream holiday that they expect to do. Because if they will do this dream holiday, they will come back again and again. They will also connect you with others, whether they're relatives or their friends. They will speak about the destination in the best way. So we have all this multiple positive effect. And just to convey a bigger message, I think an example is Athens. If you remember in the past, many years back, probably 10, 15 years back, Athens was really connected with the rebels that they were doing strikes in the Syntagma Square.
Right, during the crisis.
Graffiti, during the crisis, shouting, closing the train station, and all these things that, people, they were thinking twice to visit Athens. And Athens is the most important city of all cities. Greece is a country that everybody is in their bucket list to visit, and it's within the number 3 destinations, if you ask anybody. What did Athens do to change this narrative? They made a beautiful marketing campaign where they conveyed the message, not just we are safe now and there are no strikes and whatever. They connected their past with the future of the prospective tourist. They have put big panels and digital way in 20 different airports in Europe, and they were conveying the message saying, perhaps you are an Athenian too. And they were putting this question mark because every single person thinks about education, thinks about all this philosophy, all these deep Greek roots. And everybody connected well with the Greek history, with the Greek mythology, with the Greek philosophy. So today we have all these millions of tourists that they go to Athens, they go to Greece, they soon will be suffering, I think, with the over-tourism effect as well. They are trying to avoid it. So as a final remark, I would say tourism, it's really a joy, it's really a blessing. We should strive to bring results because tourism, it's like a marathon. You need to really run this marathon to bring results, and it's not just a sprint.
Right. Thank you so much for all your insights and your advice and the suggestions that you have given our listeners. It was a pleasure having you here. So thanks again for joining us.
Entirely my pleasure having this discussion with you.
Thank you.